Welcome to this week's edition of The Ideal Business. I'm excited to have with me Brendan Hugo, who is crushing it, even in the midst of a busy, in more ways than one, even in the midst of a very busy year in his occupation in healthcare. It's been challenging. It's been difficult, but super excited for you to hear from Brendan why this is the ideal business. Brendan, would you start by just sharing with us just a quick introduction, where you're from, occupation and such?
Yeah, so I'm Brendan. My beautiful wife, Heather, and I both live here in Lodi, California, Northern California, Central Valley. I work as a medical assistant in adult primary care. Basically, it means I'm an unlicensed nurse giving shots, doing EKGs, all that fun stuff all day, every day, doctor correspondence. So that's what I do. This is where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, share with us, Brendan, if you would, especially, in healthcare and all, how has this been the ideal business for you? How did this begin? Actually, let's go back to what interested you in this business and how has it turned out to be, in fact, all of that?
For sure. Yeah. So Josh, my story starts, I'm the son of an entrepreneur who's a son of an entrepreneur. Both of them are and were very successful. Of course, my grandfather's passed on, very successful. And it was drilled into me, don't be in a just over broke job. You don't want to work for the man for the rest of your life. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be free. You want to have all these things. But I watched my dad, even in all of his success, because my dad's extremely successful in what he does now. And there's some ups and some downs, but he's extremely successful now. But I watched my dad, even in his extreme success, his business is local. He has to be local, and he can't really leave more than about 250 miles from where he's at. And so I watched as a kid going, Dad, can we go to snow in the mountains? Right. And him having to go, no, we can't go to the mountains. I can't travel that far right now. We got this technical thing going on. Dad, can we go to Disneyland? No, sorry, we can't go to Disneyland. And this one about would have broken my heart. He took the risk. He literally put his entire business on the line to travel 8 hours to my wedding. But with all this talk of freedom and all this, he had to literally put his entire business at risk to be able to travel to my wedding when my wife and I got married. Now 11 years ago, we're celebrating our anniversary this weekend. And so I didn't want that. I knew I didn't want that. And so I was introduced to Neil Life. And now understand, I'm a union healthcare employee. I love my job. I make great money. I get to help people and I make a fantastic income in my day job, but I don't have the freedom. And something really stuck with me from Tim Ferriss from the 4-Hour Work Week. He talks about retirement. We shouldn't look at our 401ks and our pensions. We shouldn't look at them as the end goal. We should look at them as a security blanket. We should look at them as insurance. And so in case life doesn't go the way I want. So I've got that at work. I've got a 401k. I've got a pension. But Neil Life, I saw as that second income that could become my primary income. And I saw the ability to have freedom, the ability to travel, just even going to meetings and going to trainings. I get to travel. I got to visit with you in Seattle. And I got to take my beautiful wife this past year during the pandemic. Even I got to take her to Vegas on my company dime. My secretary, she took notes. We had a proper business meeting. It's all legal. The IRS is not going to have a problem with it. But I had a business meeting in Vegas with my wife. I had a spa suite. My day job doesn't pay me to go sit in a spa suite in Vegas and eat a $300 dinner at Gallagher's New York Steakhouse. They don't. But my ideal business, Neil Life, does pay for that. Legitimately pays for that because it's a legitimate business opportunity or business operation. And so that's now. Right now, I get to travel. I get to have that freedom. I'm not at the point yet where I can quit my day job. I don't know if I even want to quit my day job, but I see the opportunity where in a very short amount of time, I'm going to have that opportunity and that option if I want to quit my day job and do this full time and have everything that my dad talked about having as an entrepreneur and actually have it.
That's awesome. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for joining us to share with us why this is the ideal business. And as you said, we hear these stories all the time where people think that just by starting a business is going to give them freedom. That's going to give them freedom, impact, income. And in many cases, they don't get any of those. And if they do get the great income, they don't have the freedom and they don't have impact. And I know you've had incredible impact as well in so many people's lives. Speaking of impact, we'll close this out by let me ask you this. How have the products also, as an extra bonus, been beneficial not only to others, but to you and your family as well?
Yeah, I have a whole host of stories I can tell you about other people. Just me personally, that's one of the reasons that kept me, right. I saw the opportunity, and that's why I joined as a promoter. Josh, that was back in the day when we still called them distributors. I joined as a distributor back in the day. But what kept me is the health benefits, right? And Neolife isn't the only thing I did. I changed my footwear. I exercised more. I stopped drinking sugary, caffeinated beverages. But all the benefits I'm seeing, and I'm seeing in my friends and family, has kept me in. Is going to keep me in for life.
That's awesome. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And folks, as Brendan said, this business is the ideal business for so many reasons. As he said, if nothing else, health, better health. And we don't offer to cure anything, but it is, as Brendan said, it's amazing what happens when you give your body the tools it needs to repair and rebuild. And being a part of this community, this family, the Neolife family, the personal growth and development, what you learn about being well, being your best in every area. And then to have the benefit of a business, as he said, oftentimes people we don't talk enough about not only the income that Brendan is achieving, that he and his wife, Heather, are experiencing, but not only the travel and all that, but also the tax benefits. As he said, not only can his business pay for those things, but he can also write it off as legitimate business expenses. My CPA said to me, Josh, after seeing our business and seeing the tax benefits, he said, you know what? People would be crazy not to start this business. Crazy. He said, tax laws are written for the self-employed. So Brendan, great points you made. Folks, this is the ideal business if you haven't already gotten it by now. So I want to encourage you to get back to the person who invited you, who shared this with you, and ask them how you can get started for, as I said, for less than $100 and get started building your own wealth, impacting so many people's lives in the process. Thank you so much for being with us. And we wish you a super, ultra awesome, fantastic year ahead. Take care.